It seems like if you're a Boavista player, the big games just keep coming, doesn't it? There seems to be no easy game. Of course there is no easy game in eFootball Pro, but I kind of feel they're due a bit of luck in terms of what their performances are going to produce in terms of points. Is it going to be today though, Wes? Because Bayern Munich are a hell of an outfit.
Yeah, I mean,
from those games where we might not have expected them to.
Well, if you roll it back to the very first interview that we heard from him match day one, it was, we're just aiming for top 6. And looking at where they are at the moment, they are very much in a position where they'd be very happy just being nestled into the pack. And I think
Boavista United dropped 6 points essentially today. They are 2 games down with no points to show for it. Boavista just 1 point behind them in the table, so certainly something for Boavista to play for here today as well. Goretzka into Vries, across goal, he's hit the post. So close to the opening goal. Very difficult to miss. Still in here though for Muller! It's Jose with the shot, Captain Jose. And it's Thomas Muller to put in the first goal for Bayern München. The goal-scoring machines absolutely finding their form early on here today.
We missed the first chance, Xerxes. Clipped off the post, but you can see it's a bit of an outpouring relief at the fact that they've managed to score here. Again, fortuitous deflection, gets into a spot, but again, if you're presented with that opportunity, you're hardly going to kick the ball out of play and say, oh, well, I didn't deserve that opportunity. You're going to stick it away, and obviously Muller did so here.
I believe it was Captain Jose. We will get confirmation of that in just a moment, but you can see disappointed are the Boavista boys. Bayern München on top of the world.
Idris is down the left-hand side as well, but instead he goes back to Fabiano, now fired forwards towards the danger area. And it's another chance here for Boavista, and somehow it's gone into the back of the net because the goalkeeper, it looked like, was going to claim it easily, and it's gone straight through his hands, Harry.
It has. It's a great finish, but it's a great goal for Boavista as well, and it speaks to their maturity as a team. As often teams might want to try and force the play, they were happy to play it back to their fullback, play it back to a defender. It's a long ball up to a man just to knock it down into the eventual goal scorer. We'll see it again here on the replay. Tremendous maturity.
It's something you mentioned in the Schalke game about how they were rushing the final pass and they weren't recycling possession. That's exactly what Boavista did, and waited for the right moment to play that danger pass. Even
like we saw in the Juventus-Manchester United game, very scrappy. But look at this. It's to win the header is what sets up that goal essentially. But the maturity and, the knowledge of them to say, let's reset and recycle this attack is something that maybe other teams in the eFootball Pro lack, and it's a reason why we keep talking about Boavista. And I don't know if you've just copped for it, that manual goalkeeping, just guessing the wrong way, and that might be a reason why it's gone in the back of the net.
Wasn't madly convinced by the goalkeeping. It seemed to be going fairly central, but maybe
where they were actually sat, just outside of that knockout phase. But as you said, they've played the big clubs, the arguable tough games here in the eFootball Pro, and as we've said before the game, they'll be looking towards those maybe weaker teams in the future weeks to start racking up those points and propel themselves into that knockout phase at the end of the season.
I think maybe we might be looking at it as a masterstroke, the fact that they are just ticking a few points here and there across the different match days until they accumulate enough points, but they could get a second here. Good defending for Power, it's surely a penalty.
It's a pen.
The referee's pointed to the spot. He was hacked down. Surely a penalty, and Pavard is booked. It was a really strange bit of defending that.
It's Yiu versus Mestre here.
And Bueno is about to step up from 12 yards. Yiu to go 2-1 up for Boavista, and he's done it. And how important may that goal be? The nerve, the determination, the bottle, and we keep talking about how they're dark horses. Maybe we should be looking at them being potential front runners.
They have to survive this second half against Bayern München. You can see them trying to figure out what went wrong. We'll see it in just a moment. When they gave away the penalty, I mean, it was a miscommunication at the back. Mestre and I think it was Alex at the back, both controlling centre-backs, just sandwiching, and you can see it there. You can't go sliding in the area.
Very similar to the penalty in the Nantes game, wasn't it?
Yeah, certainly. But Boavista, they won't care. They'll take that, and it's Yiu to convert the penalty.
Not flustered, so much bottle. Wes, where did it all go wrong defensively there? For possibly one of the downsides of playing 5 at the back, Wes. Sometimes a bit of miscommunication and too many players too many cooks spoiling the broth.
Yeah, I mean, there's also the fact that if you're playing 5 at the back, you're encouraging pressure from your opponent at all times, because you're surrendering an extra player in midfield, but you can.
Oh, what's happened? No! Oh, it's an absolute.
It's a clanger.
He has dropped quite possibly one of the greatest clangers we will ever see in eFootball Pro. Just when we thought they were sailing towards 3 points, they've switched off.
Well, put it this way, Luka Tabelli can rest easy for having mistake of the day.
Safe to say we've seen some clangers.
I mean, that's...
But that is, to say it's schoolboy is not doing it justice, to be honest, because,
yeah.
What on earth is going... Look at their faces.
I mean...
What's going through his head?
After all...
That, at the highest level, must be a real kick in the teeth.
Calamitous is a word that comes to mind. It can't happen. Obviously, it's a bit of miscommunication, bit of misfortune again, I suppose you could say, but...
When you work so hard in a match to take Bayern Munich lead 2-1 going into the final 10 minutes, to go and gift them a goal, it's not even... Christmas is done as the ball gets played through, and it's 3-2! And somehow they've snatched victory, Bayern Munich, surely now from the jaws of defeat, and all Boavista will do is look back at minute 81.
The implosion is complete. Boavista, they did so well coming back from 1-0 down, going up 2-1, but from then on, it's been all one-way traffic.
But it's the skill. It's the skill in this goal, though. It's not even just we talk about the psychological part of this, but it's like we said, it's the extra pass. It's spotting those passes and doing something that's unpredictable. Boavista had sunk into that rhythm of, we know how Bayern are going to attack. We know where they're going to pass to, what they're going to do. Bayern take one pass that's unexpected, and then all of a sudden it creates so much anarchy, because Boavista then are just reacting. They're trying to react to something that they're not...
Make that level of mistake, but you're right, Bayern München have capitalised and smash and grab.
And the thing is, you could see the intention that Boavista were trying to do. They were trying to retain the ball. They were trying to just play it back and kill some time. But even so, you still have to execute those types of passes correctly. You can't just leave it where you just think, the gaming AI's got this.
The thing is, it's finished here. Bayern Munich...
A gimme, really. But let's move on. We got a whole other game of PES, and as the Boavista guys will be doing on stage as well, we also need to reset and realise that, Boavista have been able to snatch results from big teams in the past. Yes, they got a little unfortunate in that first game with a massive mistake. The player controlling Bayern München was basically queuing up his shot before the deflection came in.
It's another chance here, this time for Boavista, and they've started the second game in the best possible way, and we talked about how their mentality might be affected. Well, that's completely blown that conversation out of the water.
Certainly, we'll see what they can do now, having scored first after going down 1-0 in game 1. We know the story from then on, but now is their chance to really continue this attacking play. It was a lovely goal in the end, actually, to find a man in that little pocket of space. And Bayern München, those graphics on your screen, it is not 3-2 to Bayern München, and it is not game 1. It certainly isn't Jose with the goal.
Xerxes finds Guzance, and now back to Xerxes again. Another chance for an instant response from Bayern Munich, and I've said time and time again, the sign of champions potentially, and they've done it again.
Matchday, I believe, with that goal there. Boavista's goal will act as a palate cleanser, but that is very much a shock back into reality that, Bayern Munich aren't going away. So this is going to be quite a grandstand finish, I think, in this game. I think they're going to go toe-to-toe. We saw there again. It's good passing. It's again goes through the legs of a defender, and they're there ready to tuck it away. So expect to see more of this as we go on. I don't think it's going to end 1-1 this game.
It's very un-Boavista-like to concede. He was having absolutely none of it. It's how to play for a corner.
Got the ball for me, Adam.
To be taken by Paulinho. Now it's into the danger area again. And this time they have a player in the exact spot that they need. And it's turned home. And Wes, time and time again, Boavista from set pieces have been incredible.
Yeah, they've been fantastic. It's all the way through this season so far. They've been great. I mean, I'm almost willing to call you Mr. Adam, seeing as you were like, well, it's 1-1, and it only went 2-1 Boavista. And it's like we said, we've been here before.
It's Barbosa, the goal scorer, which puts him up now to 7 goals, I believe, on the season. Up there with the lofty.
Might just repeat itself. I hope for Boavista it doesn't. Another chance here for Cassiano. Left foot shot. Oh, it's 3-1. And that's exactly what they need, because now they have a 2-goal cushion. And Bayern Munich is shell-shocked here.
Yes, they are. We were in this position before, though. Don't forget. I don't want to keep coming back to it, but I believe it's Joker to poke this one home. And it's a lovely, just first touch and left-footed strike in the end. Firing it into the goal. Great find and one touch. All you need. Back of the net. 3-1.
Back of the net, indeed. Where's how?
I think it's a mark of respect for Boavista and how Bayern München have lined up in this second half. 3-5-2. That's a big sign that they are maybe struggling to break down Boavista.
Bayern Munich looking to out Boavista with the set-piece routine, but it didn't pay off. Manuel Neuer with a long punt downfield. We've seen that many, many times over the years. And now Serge Gnabry down the right-hand side. Crosses in towards big chance. Stunning save. The acrobatic volley. It would have been one of the goals of the day and possibly the season. But on this occasion, the Boavista #1 produces a world-class fingertip stop. EFootball Pro, they should have won the first game. They lost it after some quite incredible goalkeeping errors, and that nearly was one there for Manuel Neuer for Bayern Munich.
You can see the smiles and laughs from the Boavista boys. They know this one's probably home and dry at this point. And
indeed it is.
If they'd come out of this side with nothing, I feel they would have been very, very unfortunate, but looks like it's going to be 3 points to them.
Once again, back towards the goalkeeper, fired away deep into the final minute of added on time. It's Boavista 3, Bayern Munich 1, a stunning 3 points for the Portuguese side, based on the fact that they allowed the first game to disintegrate before their eyes. What a testament to them, and it's a very indifferent Bayern Munich performance today, Wes.
Yeah, it was very much goes against what we've seen of them as of late. It's very, very. It was un-Bayern-like in their approach, but you know, I think they'll be. You know, as they kind of alluded to when we were listening to the voice chat from them, is that they'll be happy that they'll have got away with 3 points there, because I think, you know, again, for large periods of the first game, they weren't there. Boavista seemed to be very much in the ascendancy, and it showed in the second game that, even after scoring early, and then there was the early equaliser from Mestre, that Boavista then basically took the game away from them with 2